So you're giving the bank your money and they're charging you.
Yes, they will charge you to put it like a safe. It will be like a safe fee.
Yeah. So that's like if I asked you if I could borrow your car to move something and I also charged you the gas money.
Yes, exactly.
It's amazing how this is working.
Exactly. So and again, I mean, you don't want to move out. Like I said, you need banks. We need to put where to save money. You don't want to save it under your mattress. It's just how much. But I guess before the end of this episode, we'll talk about recommendations.
Definitely.
Right. So, but the third most dangerous thing is inflation. Right.
Inflation. Yes.
We're discussing before we were on, and what we're seeing is a trend of the interest rates going down, right, bit by bit, because there is so much right now. There's $2 billion in savings. So really, there's a lot, and banks are over liquid.
So Belize is a nation of savers, definitely.
It is. It's a culture which many would argue that it's good, but you have to have a limit and say, okay, I will save this amount and I will invest the balance, right?
Yeah.
We need to create and foment a culture of investment rather than just savers.
Correct.
So what I was explaining a little bit was if you have the savings going down and prices out there going up, right? Then you have a disparity between these two, right? So you're making a loss actually.
Yeah.
Let's say the interest rate that you're getting is 2.4%,
okay.
And the inflation is just the price increases in a number of things, the average price, right? So you're getting again 2.5% interest rate, and things went up by 4%.
Yeah.
So you see right there, so you're making a loss.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so if let's say you were saving for that TV this year, $1,000 up, you had the chance to buy that TV. You said, all right, I'm gonna save because I'm gonna buy it later on, right? Or that same house. Let's say you say I'm gonna save until I buy that house, right? But next thing you know, 10 years have passed, and your the amount of money that you have saved wasn't the amount that you thought it was going to.
Definitely.
Because it has lost its value.
Yeah, and if you combine both the low interest rates with the bank charges that I mentioned earlier on, you can see where saving money is actually losing money. And that is a quote from Robert Kiyosaki, famous financial advisor to many out there. Saving is losing. This is what he says. Another thing he says, cash is trash. We'll talk more about that later on.
Yeah, definitely. That's a whole new topic which is very interesting. And I want to add even the treasury bill yields of central bank, which we will be putting the graph in a little while. It's very interesting how the yield, it has gone from 2.69 to 2.3. Mm-hmm. So even in government is saying, look,
we're making less money.
I don't need your cash, right?
Yeah.
I mean I have enough.
Yeah.
There's enough. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you less. So this is what banks are telling you. I can give you less money for your money.
So the situation is that people do have the money to invest and just have not been investing it either out of fear or just not having an option or whatever it is. And even the government is saying, look, we don't want any more of your money. Use your money for something else.
Well, basically, if you take it that way, bluntly, it's that way, okay. Right? I mean, if you can't find a better option, then I will find a better option, but I'm going to give you less money for your money.
Well, this leads us into our next segment, which will be the recommendations. What do you guys suggest that people should be doing with their money instead of saving in the bank?
I think for one is you need to look at, where is the safest place to put your money, right? Look at the different, you want to look at the reports, central bank reports, and also you want to look at the yields, right? Make sure that you don't keep full amount of money in savings. You want to keep about six months of sufficient to get you to survive, and also to have a trip. Like if you're planning, do your budget and see how much you keep and how much you can invest. Mm-hmm. Right? You might want to invest in a tangible asset. When I say, and not just any tangible asset, it's not you going out there and buying a new car.
Correct.
It's a tangible asset that increases in value. For example, the number one would be definitely real estate.
Definitely real estate.
You know?
We know that 90% of the world's richest people have made their money through investing in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the rest of the world, especially us Belizeans, should definitely take a cue from that and try to reach a point in life where we know we can survive no matter what happens.
And to add to that, Thomas, I think we need to evaluate where to also invest in real estate, right?
Yes,
What part of the
buy
country?
any land.
Not any land.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to buy something that doesn't yield return. I mean, you have to look at the country, look where there is demand for this real estate, and go for that. Look at the returns, how the prices have been.
Yes. And Teresita, where do you think would be the best place to look at investing in some real estate in Belize?
The way I see it, I would think about it. Okay, let's say, for example, I want to retire. Let's say I'm from Orange Rock. I would like to retire in Orange Rock. But then, if I purchase property there, I know it's not a place, a tourist destination. I would look into somewhere that there is a lot of the business like with tourists.
Okay.
And
somewhere you can make the money off the land.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I would say, in my opinion, would be San Pedro. Look at it. And even though I want to retire in Orange Rock, if I am thinking of retiring within the next 10 years, which would be lovely, and I would invest somewhere in San Pedro and then go to Orange Rock and retire.
That sounds like,
definitely real estate would appreciate within 10 years.
That definitely sounds like a good idea, because most people would think about buying the land where they want to retire, but they don't realize that when it's time to retire, the land might not be worth that much. So why not buy land somewhere where you can sell it in the future and then retire off of it?
And also, as we discussed in the previous episode, we looked at the value of land, how it doesn't really affect when there is devaluation,
Yes,
right? Because
correct.
people want the same amount of money that they were asking for in the beginning. So if I was asking 50,000 now, I will be asking 100,000 for that similar piece of land. And you can look at it in Mexico or Guatemala, or these places that have devalued their money. You go there and you're buying in US. So a property is like $1.5 million, $2 million. So really, it's not that you will be buying it for pesos.
Definitely.
I mean, if not between countries, they would just go and buy out the properties.
Yeah.
And so that is one asset. Now you can also buy gold or silver. You would say that is a good asset, but you need to keep in mind that gold and silver does not appreciate.
Okay.
It does not go up in value. It's a baseline, right? Although we're seeing that the price is going up, we may say that it's going up, but really it's the value of the currency that is going down, the US currency. So that we have to keep a mental thought. At some point, gold will start going down, but of course, the real estate will maintain its value.
All right, guys, very interesting topic today. The three most dangerous reasons why saving can leave you broke. Well, join us next time. We're going to be discussing certainly some more interesting topics in the future. Please stay tuned. On behalf of Francisco and Teresita, I am Tomas. Thank you for joining us on Money Talks, and see you next time. This program has been brought to you through the kind courtesy of Grand Belizean Estates. Learn more about Grand Belizean Estates at facebook.com/Grand Belizean or youtube.com/Grand Belizean.